to the OBA. Okay, now so I repeat again. Okay, I repeat again that district cooling system, district one area. Before we have mentioned, for example, in Kanga, we want to cool buildings in Kanga. Now, so we want to use it, using district cooling system. Means district cooling system consists of the three main part also lah, like air conditioning in our room. They are compressor and also evaporator and also condenser. The operation principle almost same like the aircon yang ada dekat bilik kita. The different only in term of the size, the district cooling system is bigger compared than the aircon. Aircon mana saja kita panggil aircon yang ada dekat rumah kita. Kemudian district cooling system in term of the equipment, it has AHU, air handling unit, and when the heat will goes to the system, kalau dia punya aircon yang ada dekat bilik kan, in the outdoor system, dia blow kan dengan satu fan. Nah, kalau pada district cooling system ada yang kita panggil dengan cooling tower. Nah, itu cooling tower. Nah, itu. And then in term of the flow of the gas, gas or fluid, in the district cooling system, can be called also the chill water is also fluid. Now this one, in the aircon, the flowing of the fluid, flow through one only tube, Now so in the district cooling system, the tube has two types. The first we can call the Shafley pipe, and the second is return pipe. Nah, itu dia punya persamaan dan perbezaan dia. This one. Okay. Nah, so in term of the benefit, for the district cooling system, the district cooling system can reduce the energy saving. Can be obtained energy saving. Can reduce the electrical energy, means can reduce also the cost. And then in term of the pollution, related to the gas freon, for example, the district cooling system can reduce it. And also vibration and noise, can be reduced also by using the district cooling system. Okay. Okay, now we want to the first for this part. Today we want to discuss about the back operation principle of the chiller. And then what we can call as the RT, refrigerant tank. And then efficiency in here, same like the aircon, we know COP, coefficient of performance. And then we want to discuss today about the apa yang kita panggil dengan nanti ada how to the compressor work, relate to the motor, because the motor is coupled to the compressor. Now, so mean we want to discuss about the input power efficiency also. Okay, and then last, we want to discuss one example, ya, one example. Now, please give focus, okay? Example, this one we want to reduce, ya, because we want to increase the temperature, ya, to improve the efficiency. Mean we want to reduce the cost, ya, to help the energy saving and cost saving. Okay. Okay, now Muhammad apa nih? Muhammad Adam. Okay, Hakim, ya. Dennis. Okay, now please look at this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, please look at this figure. Kalau kita tengok ini, ya, yang mulai ini semua ini, dia punya distribution or transmission 5, ya, as network ini, ya. Kalau kita tengok gambar ini kan dia punya 5, ya, for the supply 5 and return 5. Dia tanam dekat dalam tanah, ya. Kan nampak ini. Mananya itulah kalau dia tadi overall, let's say lah overall building in the Kanga, ya, we want to cool it, ya, cool them. Nah, so 5 itu 5 yang supply 5, return 5 kan pastinya kita tanam dekat tanah, dalam tanah, ya, macam itu. Nah, ini. Mana saya, ya, dia defend lah the condition of the system. Ya, balik ke sistem elektrik, ya kan, dia kan directly, dia pun tak berapa jauh, ya, hanya sekitar, let's say lah, sistem elektrik, and then apa namanya, ada library, kemudian ada dewan kuliah, masing-masing part pun dia ada chiller, ya kan, tak jauh sangat, ya, dalam berapa bilik, dalam berapa bangunan saja. Nah, ikutlah dia punya construction of the building and also which one will be cooled. Nah, itu, ya. Nah, kalau ini, yang ini tadi, mananya, ini dalam satu sistem, ya, dalam satu bangunan, ya. Ya, kalau kita tengok dalam sini kan kita boleh nampak directly, oh, ini berarti kan ada berapa nih. Kalau dia bawa itu basement, dia punya directly for the central cooling plant, atas dia tuh 1, 2, 3, mananya 3 tingkat, macam itulah, ya. Tingkat 1, tingkat 2, tingkat 3. Betul, ya, tingkat 1, ya, tingkat 3. Kemudian paling atas the top, ya, the rooftop, ya, is cooling tower. Mananya the construction of the pipe, ya, almost vertical, ya, vertical position, ya, for the outside of the evaporator and outside and in of the condenser, ya, kita tengok. Okay, now, ya, chiller is a central air conditioning chilled water system. Ya, kita dah tahulah apa dia punya chiller or district cooling system. Nah, jadi sekarang buat tengok ini. Yang ini, ya. Yang ini yang saya blok. Ya. Nah, this one, ya, we can call as, ya, before we have discussed what we can call the central cooling plant, or in here chiller lah, ya, central cooling plant. Nah, so this part, ya, ini satu plant lah, satu penjana, ya. Kalau semacam elektrik, ya, dia punya satu penjana, ya, generator yang ada dalam bangunan itu tadi. Nah, sama as in the district cooling system or chiller here. Nah, mananya apa? The chiller, the district cooling system, the central cooling plant will generate, ya, kalau elektrik, ya, generate elektrik. Nah, ini because we want to obtain the air cool. Nah, dekat chiller ini dia generate apa yang dia generate. Nah, di sistem ya this central cooling plant generate ya the chilled water. Ya, chill water. Siapa yang buat kerja generate chill water ini? Ya, saya ulang balik, kalau yang lepas pada aircon yang kecil dekat rumah kita, ya, ya dia cool air is blown by the evaporator. Nah, dekat chiller sama, ya, the chilled water is generated by the evaporator also. Cuma beza dia, kalau evaporator pada aircon dekat rumah kita, dia size dia sebabkan kecil ya. Dia ada small tube juga dalam dia. Nah, dekat chiller ini evaporator itu macam tank lah, saya panggil ya, macam tank. Nah, dalam tank inilah juga ada yang tadi cup-cup yang kecil. Nah, itu ya. Nah, itu. Okay, now, which one is it? Evaporator. Ya, tengok yang bentuk tank ini yang panjang horizontal, yang black. Ya, yang black ini ya, yang black color ini. Nah, this one is evaporator. Dan satu yang ini lagi, inilah yang kita panggil condenser. Ya, so this one is condenser and this one is evaporator. Ya, between ya, nah this one is condenser, nah this one is evaporator. Nah, between condenser and evaporator ada satu saya panggillah tube connection lah ya. Satu tube connection yang dia dihubungkan dengan si kompresor. Ya, kompresor. What is function? Same, like in aircon. Like in aircon, to change, kalau ini tadi si evaporator yang produce heat, lepas diguna ada chill water again, tapi dia punya temperature lagi tinggi daripada yang keluar tadi dari evaporator. Kemudian oleh kompresor ini kan dikompres ya to change or to move to condenser yang ini. Ya, nantinya ya, yang ini condenser. Lalu pergilah nanti ke, kalau ini kan tadi oleh si aircon yang kecil di rumah, condenser yang tadi kalau terhalang dengan dinding, langsung dia buang. Ya, buang haba panas tadi. Dan ini dibawa ke atas, kalau itu kan building tadi ya, ke atas pergi ke satu cooling tower. Ya, cooling tower. Itulah dia fan dia yang dia lepaskan. Ya, diubah lagi chill water yang lagi temperature lagi rendah. Nah, itu dia punya ini. Lalu kan pergi ke condenser. Dekat sini juga ada nanti pipe. Ya, pipe ada valve dekat sini. Ya, to move it to this evaporator. Ya, back again lah to chill ini, to the chill water to the building which one will be cooled. Okay. Nah, so saya ulang balik. This one is evaporator and this one is condenser. Ya, I start ya from the evaporator. Nah, so the chill water ya is generated by the evaporator of chiller. Jadi dekat sinilah chill water itu is generated. And then the chill water leaves the evaporator at around 6 degrees Celsius and is pushed around the building by chill water pump. Ini saya baca dulu lah ya. The chill water flows up the height of the building to each floor in pipes known as risers. These pipes are known as riser no matter if the water is flowing upwards or downwards within them. Ya, ini saya baca dulu, nanti saya explain balik. The chill water enters the air handling unit. Ya, AHU and passes through the cooling coil a series of thin pipes where it will absorb the heat of the air blowing across. When the chill water leaves the cooling coil, it will now be warmer at around 12 degrees Celsius. The warm chill water then heat back to the evaporator via the return rises. And once it enters the evaporator or refrigerant will absorb the unwanted heat and move this over to the condenser. The chill water will then leave cool again, ready to circulate around the building and collect more unwanted heat. Okay. Back this figure. I explain back. Now, so the chill water is generated by this evaporator. Okay, and then please look at this one. It is pump. Pump means to pump the chill water that goes out from this evaporator. Jadi ada pump. Kalau ini tadi evaporator, keluar satu pipe yang kita panggil return pipe by this motor, pump motor, this chill water is pump, goes to the building, goes up, this one. Ini dia, ini yang pergi ke atas, with the temperature around 6 degree Celsius lah for this one. Okay, now if you look at this one, for example this one lah, there are 3 levels, for the room, 3 levels, and each levels has AHU, means when the chill water goes up and arriving the 1 level, 2 level, the Dutch level, enter which room will be cooled, before it will through one part that we call AHU, A handling unit. Inilah A handling unit. For to control the condition of the flow tadi. Jadi kalau kita can be imagine also, kalau tadi yang dekat aircon yang dekat kecil rumah kita, si AHU ini adalah yang valve tadi mechanical valve yang to control also dari this one. Barulah dia masuk to the room, yang room mana yang kita nak dinginkan, nak sejukkan, Nah, so same in this part adalah dia yang to blow the cool air and also observe the heat air. Jadi ada observe heat. Nah, inilah yang akan bercampur dengan juga chill water, sehingga kalau yang masuk temperature dia lagi sejuk, temperature dia lagi rendah, compare the return pipe. Return pipe contain of the chill water, but this chill water temperature is higher than the return pipe. Nah, inilah yang dia bagi balik. Nih, bagi turun. Through this return pipe. Dan yang pipe ini yang rada white pipe here. With the temperature around 12 degree Celsius. Enter back to the evaporator. Masuk balik evaporator. Mana dalam evaporator a lot of small tube yang tadi saya cakap to produce the chill heat. And then flow dia masuk and then goes to the satu compressor. This one we have the compressor. Compressor between the evaporator and the condenser. Jadi compressor compress this chill water will be changed to be sama yang macam dia aircon yang dekat rumah kita tadi, high temperature. masuk dalam condenser. Yang inilah jadilah kalau tadi 12 to be degree dia jadi ini mana tadi 32 ya, by compressor ya, masuk compressor install between evaporator and condenser. Condenser, cup-cup kecil dalam condenser and then flow out ya through this pipe ya, the red pipe here, and same by the water pump here is pump go up to the cooling tower. This one ya, cooling tower here. Enter cooling tower, the temperature is 32. Dia so tengok ini dia punya atas ini. Atas ini ada fan, ini ada fan juga, yaitu goes out the heat air tadi dia buang. Kemudian ada kisi-kisi kecil ya, untuk apa yang saya cakap macam dia buat jadikan vapor water lah, ya water vapor, yang macam embun-embun, ya butir-butir air ya. Nah so jadi sejuk balik, ya to be cool again. Ya, enter temperature 32 and out the temperature to be 27. Enter back to the condenser. And dekat sini tadi yang kompresor saya illustrate ya. Kompresor ada dekat sini, ada valve, ya to connect condenser to the evaporator, ya to flow the water vapor yang tadi ya to be chill water, and again backlah ya to goes to the room through the AHU. Nah inilah dia ya. Nah kalau ilustrasi tadi inilah lebih kurang ya. Jadi ya first the chill water is generated by this evaporator and then goes out through this pipe with the temperature 60 degrees Celsius. Goes up to the building. To the building. Which one room will be cooled? Before it has through the AHU. After cooling the room, and then the system observe the heat, maka temperature dia jadi naik menjadi 12 degrees Celsius, and then goes down. Kalau ikutkan tadi building yang ke atas goes down, enter this evaporator. And then this one will be changed, will be moved through this compressor. Goes in to the condenser, and then through this condenser, will goes up to the cooling tower. Jadi temperature dekat sini is higher than this one. And then temperature yang tadi higher temperature from this tube by this cooling tower, by the fan, will be blow, will be lift to the environments, and then produce the butir-butir air tadi, the fluid flows goes down. So means this temperature here is lower than this one. Enter condenser, and by this pump connect between the condenser and evaporator, and then enter this evaporator back generated again by the evaporator to be chill water. Inilah teruslah circulation process of the chiller system. Oke? Ada apa-apa soalan? Ada apa-apa soalan sebelum lanjut?
Tak ada.
Tak ada, Encik.
Tak ada. Serius ya? Boleh faham ya? Okey, kalau tak ada, please look at this block. Block diagram. This one. Now, so yeah, before we have discussed the main part of the chiller or district cooling system, ya, 3 part. Yes, walaupun ada part-part yang lain ya, tapi ini saya sebutkan 3 main part. Jadi ada evaporator, ada condenser, ada compressor. This one is compressor ya. We can see here, this compressor is moved using motor. Jadi ini kita boleh cakap lah motor. Ya, same lah, this motor is supplied from the TNB, for example ya, to move the compressor. Kemudian tadi yang dekat sini ini ada valve, ya. Nah inilah dia valve, ya, to connect condenser to evaporator. This one is AHU, ya, air handling unit. Yang ini semua tadi, ini ya, air handling unit. Okay, and then in here we have the cooling tower. Ini ya, part cooling tower. Ini cooling tower yang dekat tadi ini, atas ini, inilah cooling tower dia. Dekat bangunan tadi kok satu bangunan, inilah dia terletak dekat atas. Ya, cooling tower. Oke. Nah, so I repeat again ya. The components of chillers consist of compressor, evaporator, air handling unit, chill water pumps, condenser, cooling tower, condenser, water pumps. Nah, so water pump is near evaporator, we can call as chilled water pump. And then water pump near the condenser here, atau connected to the condenser, we call the condenser water pump. What is function of the water pump? Perlulah, if the chill water near the evaporator, to pump the chill water, goes out from the evaporator, to the building. The condenser water pump here, has function to pump the fluid from the condenser, to the cooling tower here. And then, please look at this AHU, air handling unit. Inilah satu sistem lah yang kita panggil air handling unit. Satu blok ini. So, ini we can illustrate is the pipe tadi ya. Ini kan pipe, ada pipe ini ya, sepatutnya pipe. Ini nih, yang ini. Yang ini, lalu pergi kemari, lalu ini pergi kemari lah ya, yang ini. Lalu masuklah dia masing-masing AHU. AHU ini sepatutnya ini connect to the room lah yang nak sejukkan. Okay, nah so this one lah. Inilah chill water yang come from this one. Yang ini. Lalu ini ada coil. Coil kecil-kecil lah tadi ya, tapi dia sejuk. By this blower, yang sejuk tadi kan dia tiupkan. Dia spraykan. Dia blows this cool water to the room. Makanya room ini semua room ini. Nah, room inilah jadi sejuk. Jadi sejuk. In the same time, the heat air from this room is observed. Is observed. Nah, ini pergilah kemari dia. Inilah pergi kemari, inilah yang inilah dia. Yang ini pergi kemari, mengandungin tadi same the chill water, but the temperature here is higher than this one. By this pump, go in to the evaporator bag. Nah, itulah selanjutnya yang tadi saya ada explain. Boleh? Okay, nah so please look at this figure. Inilah dia. Kalau kita nak tengok dia punya physics of the chiller. Kalau masuk kita bangunan chiller tadi itu, dekat, ada yang sama dekat library ke atau dekat Dewan 2020, Dewan Kuliah. Nah so kita tengok ini kan ada same like tanks. Nah, so tank this one, yang inilah dia condenser. So mean the chill water is generated by the condenser ada dekat dalam sinilah. Jadi kalau ini dia potong, kondenser ini dia punya structure potong adalah banyak cup-cup small cup tadi, yaitu produce the chill water. Lalu ada like this one, ini kan ada cup ini ya, ada cup. Nah ini kan 1, 2, second cup ya. Inilah yang will goes to the, kalau tadi illustrate kita punya bangunan yang pergi ke atas. Ada supply tube and return tube. Ya. Nah, lepas daripada sini kan dia akan balik ya, akan balik kemari. Nah, this one is compressor. Ya, this one is compressor, part of compressor. Ya, means exactly compressor here. And this one is motor. Ya, is motor. Ya, complete here. Ya, part of dia motor. Ya, to move the chill water from the condenser to the sorry, saya terbalik ini. Ini tadi evaporator ya. Sorry, apa dikit bin. That the chill water is generated in here. Ya, evaporator. Ya, evaporator. Ya, this one is evaporator. Nah, inilah semua. Student pun senyap aja. Saya cakap tersilap pun senyap aja. Hakim? Mana nih Hakim? Hei. Nusyabah. Tengok kan Nusyabah ini juga. Denis. Oh, Denis.
Ya, Encik.
Nah, tengok kah saya explain nih?
Ya, Encik.
Saya tersilap explain pun senyap juga.
Betul, Encik.
Nah, itulah. Macam inilah jadi. Ya, saya repeat again lah. Denis. Ya, I repeat again. Ya, chiller, we can see this one. Ya, the chiller, ya consist of the evaporator. Yang ini evaporator. And condenser ini. And compressor ini ya. Okay, nah so, the chill water is generated by this evaporator. Dekat sini. And then ini ada 2 cup. Ya, ada 2 cup. Ada 2 cup. Ya, means tadi the chill water that generated by this evaporator will goes up to the building. Ya tadi ya. Nih. Yang mana satu pun ya kita assume sajalah. Jadi ada supply pipe and ada return pipe. Ya, let's say after cooling the building, goes down, enter this evaporator. Please look at the connection of the evaporator and condenser. Through the compressor here. Inilah dia. Ini ya, yang ini ya. Nah, so this one is compressor. What function is compressor? To move the chill water from the evaporator through this tube here to this condenser. Nah, condenser inilah yang dia akan ubah temperature chill water to be high. Yang tadi 12 degree Celsius to be 32 degree Celsius. Nah, inilah dia. Ini ada 2. Ya, ada 2. Inilah yang pergi ke cooling tower tadi ya. Nah, pergi cooling tower, kemudian back to the condenser. Condenser ya, kemudian dia back to the evaporator again. Ya, inilah fisik dia. Oke. Oke, and then.
Oke, Encik.
Oke ya, Daniel. Oke, and then ya Danis ya Danis ya.
Ya, Encik.
Ya, in here there is process cooling. Ya, nah so we can call also cooling effect. Ya, the cooling effect here we can relate to the refrigerant tan. Ya, refrigerant tan. What is the refrigerant ton? Nah, so means kalau tadi Dennis wants to melt 1 ton of ice. Boleh Dennis. Mencairkan 1 ton ice dalam masa 24 jam. Siap tak? Tiupkan aja ya Dennis ya. Nah, tiupkan atau peluk macam itu ya. Boleh Dennis. Nah, si makna arti tadi itulah dia. Maknanya apa? In here the system needs the amount of heat. Nah, so amount of heat needs to melt the 1 ton of ice. Ya, inilah in 24 hours, inilah yang kita panggil untuk term of the arti, ya refrigerant ton. Nah, maknanya dekat chiller atau dekat district cooling system kita mengenali istilah ini ya, term ini ya, arti ya. Ya, arti ini refrigerant ton. Ya, it is equal to the value of 3.517 kilowatt. Ya, arti. Ya, or ya, cooling load of chiller or the rate of heat gained in evaporator in RT. Ya, tadi kan cooling yang cool water occurs in the evaporator. Ya, in RT, rate of heat gain in evaporator in kilowatt divided by 3.517 means how many amounts of how many apa tadi kilowatt, ya, how many kilowatt amount of heat, ya, in the evaporator, ya, divided by 3.517. Ya, this one value of RT ya. Inilah makna dia. Mana arti ya? Sebelumnya pernah dengar term arti ini, Dennis?
Tak pernah, Encik.
Ini tak pernah, makanya itulah saya bagi definition ya. Dan ini unit ini kita guna ya dalam ini chiller. Walau bagaimanapun kita masih relate to the electrical unit for the power ya. Ada kilowatt dia kan tadi ya. Dan saya explain. Oke, itulah dia arti. Oke, kemudian and then we want to discuss about this compressor. Ya, compressor here. Ya, compressor here. Ya, please look at this one. Ya, nah, so it is part of the compressor. Ya, where this compressor is coupled by the motor. Ya, to move the compressor. Ya, to move the compressor. What is function? Ya, to compress the chill water, ya, from the low temperature to be high temperature evaporator. Ya, nah, so ya kita tahu motor ini kan selalunya pasti AC motor. Why? Because it has the big capacity. How many horsepower depend lah, follow. Needs power. Ya, in here we can call the W input. Ya, W input. Ya. Okay, nah, so the motor has efficiency kan selalunya. In here we can give symbol efficiency T. And between motor this one and this compressor is coupled by this part that we can call, this method we can call the direct drive concept. Ya, direct drive concept. Mean in here direct drive concept has also efficiency. Ya, in here we can give symbol WT in here. Efisiensi motor tadi WM ya, sorry ya, WM. SWM, efficiency M in here. Ya, this one. Nah, so the input power, ya, the input power of the compressor, ya, is equal to the output power of the motor. Ya, output power of the motor. Nah, so it is given by this one. Ya, input power of the compressor is equal to efisiensi direct drive couple tadi ini multiply efisiensi motor multiply input power of the motor. Ya, this one. Ya. And then if the friction loss of the direct drive, ya, we given Q direct drive here. And then the input power, the compressor can also be expressed by this one, ya. Ya, nah, so W input is equal to, ya, tadi friction loss of the direct drive minus Q direct drive. Ya, this one. Ya, nah, so compressor work here mean has the output power. Nah, so it's given by this one. W output is equal to efisiensi compressor multiply efisiensi drive direct drive efisiensi motor multiply input of the motor here. Yeah, this one lah, the formula. Okay, and then before we have the RT. Nah, so we have the efficiency of the chiller. Ya, nah, so efficiency of the chiller nanti dalam soal-soalan selalu saya bagi unit dia dalam kilowatt per RT. Ya, selalu saya bagi kilowatt per RT, ya. Saya bagi kilowatt per RT. Nah, so chiller efficiency is defined as the magnitude of electrical power consumed by the motor of compressor or chiller power consumption to produce 1 unit of the cooling effect. Ya. Tadi kan the main tadi kan to generate, ya, chiller tadi kan the main function to generate the chilled water. Kalau kita punya power generator, ya, the main function of the power generator to generate electric. Ya, tadi ini chiller, the main function to generate the chilled water. Ya, nah, so generator tadi has function has efisiensi, chiller ini juga dia punya efisiensi. Nah, efisiensi selalu kalau in the electrical dia kan without unit, ya, in the percent. Nah, in the chiller kita bagi unit kilowatt over RT. Tapi sebetulnya pun dia pun without unit juga nanti kalau RT itu tadi kan in the how many kilowatt, ya. Jadi kilowatt over kilowatt dapatlah nanti without unit, tapi ini yang kita panggil nanti COP. Ya, COP because COP 1 over efficiency of the chiller, ya. Nah, so efficiency of the chiller is equal to chiller power consumption in kilowatt. Ya, consumption in kilowatt over chiller cool load in RT. So efficiency chiller unit is given by the kilowatt over RT. And then chiller efficiency also expressed by the coefficient of the performance, COP. Ya, nah ini baru with dimensionless quantity, ya, without dimension, without unit. Why? Because kilowatt over kilowatt. Ya, kok in percent ya multiply 100%. Ya, this one, ya, this one is COP. Same like related to the aircon kecil yang ada dekat rumah kita, yang kita sudah discuss, sebab ada heat and cool yang kita panggil, yang lepas itu ada yang kita panggil dengan refrigerant cycle dengan heat pump cycle, dan dua-duanya ada term of the COP, ya, coefficient of performance. Nah, COP in the chiller, ya, is given by the formulation chiller cooling load in kilowatt divided by chiller power consumption in kilowatt, ya, kilowatt over kilowatt without unit. Ya, this one. Oke, ada apa soalan? Suaranya? Ruben Tiran. Ruben Tiran. Minggu lepas Ruben Tiran semangat ini. Mana dia orangnya? Ruben? Oh, Ruben Tiran. Ada apa soalan? Tak
Boleh
ada?
lagi, saya boleh follow lagi.
Boleh. Okey. Nusaibah, tak ada soalan sir. Okey ya? Tak ada. Bila kalau tak ada, kita last ini kita tengok example. Coba bagi tumpuan ini ya. Bagi fokus this example. Yang mana example ini kita mahukan kita improve efisiensi selalunya kan kita nak shaping energy sekali dengan saving cost. Ini ya, soalan ini macam itu. Okay, now we can see. Yeah, a chiller operate 10 hours per day and 350 days of years. Yang mananya chiller ini dalam 1 tahun operate 350 days. Kalau ada 365 hari, maknanya 15 hari tak operate. Tak operate buat apa? Yang mungkin maintenance itu ya. Sama lah itu macam generator, electrical generator. Sebab sama juga ini. Ini kan tadi kan operate terus lah. Kalau dalam satu country dia punya panas, kan sepatutnya 24 hours kena operate kan terus kan. Nah, sama kalau electrical tadi. Ya. Nah, ini operate in 1 year 350 days and then per days 10 hours per days. Ya, 10 hours. The apparent cooling load chiller ya is 1000 RT. Nah, ini kan dah nampak sih si RT tadi ya. Jadi cooling load dia 1000 RT. Present chill water supply temperature is 7 degree Celsius. Mananya kalau ini tadi yang after generating the chill water ya by this evaporator ya chill water has temperature kalau yang tadi ikut soalan 7 degree Celsius. Yang nak diperlukan ya through this supply pipe ya goes to the building. Ini dia ya. Okay. And the chiller efficiency is 1.50 kilowatt over RT. Nah, kan kita nampaknya efisiensi chiller dekat sini bukan 51% dibagi, tapi 0.51 kilowatt per RT. Ya, tapi kalau kita convert tadi 1 RT berapa kilowatt, ya jadilah dia without ini juga. Dibiarkan macam ini ya. If the chill water supply temperature is increased to 8.5 degree Celsius. Ini keadaan yang ini adalah the initial condition. Maknanya kalau ini tadi yang tadi ini 7 degree Celsius ya, kemudian kalau kita ubah to be berapa tadi? 8 degree Celsius ya, dengan improvement of the efficiency ya, and electric mana tadi? Ya, assume that the chiller efficiency is improved by 2% for every 1 degree Celsius increasing of the chiller water ya. Ya, and tarif is 0.43 kilowatt hours. Nah, so please calculate annual energy and electrical cost saving. Kiralah yang mananya kalau the temperature is changed ya from 7 degree Celsius to be 8.5 ya, 8.5 degree Celsius, and then with improvement of the chiller efficiency 2% ya every 1 degree Celsius. So how many energy can be saved and how many RM cost be saved also ya. Nih, kita tengok ya, kita tengok ya. Jadi ini saya ini ya, mana-mana yang tak paham nanti bagi soalan. Kita tahu tadi chiller cooling load ya from here. Chiller cooling load 1000 RT. Okay, and then present or initial chiller supply temperature 7 degree Celsius. Di sini. And then efficiency, ya, the present or initial efficiency of the chiller is 0.55 kilowatt over RT. Baru kita propose, ya, X.5 degree Celsius dengan 2% per 1 degree Celsius, ya, increasing of the chiller water. Ya, propose chill water supply 8.5 degree Celsius. Nah, so propose increment of the chiller water supply temperature, maknanya ada increment of the chill water in here, propose chill water temperature, ya, tolak present water supply temperature, ya. So 8.5 degree Celsius tolak 7 degree Celsius. So 1.5 degree Celsius. Apa mananya? Kalau tadi kita bagi improvement of the chiller efficiency 2% every dia punya degree Celsius, mananya tadi increment, ya, dan menghasilkan improvement of chiller efficiency, ya. Propose increment of the chill water multiply yang improvement of the chiller efficiency-nya 1.5 degree Celsius multiply 2%, ya, over degree Celsius. Jadi degree Celsius over degree Celsius habis, ya, cut. Nah, so 1.5 darab 2%. Dapatlah 3%, ya. Nah, ini 3%. So the new chiller efficiency, ya, new chiller efficiency jadinya 0.5 kilowatt RT, ya, tolak 0.5 kilowatt RT multiply improvement of the chiller efficiency, ya. Kalau kita tengokkan ini makna dia, so dapatlah the new chiller efficiency is 0.495 kilowatt over RT. Inilah new chiller efficiency, ya. Okay, nah, so how about the electrical energy? Ya, so electrical energy kan selalunya power multiply time. Ya, power multiply time. Ya, power in here tadi cooling power, ya, cooling power yang berapa RT tadi? Kita punya 1000 RT. Ya, nah, so time in one day operate 10 hours and then 1 year 350 days. Nah, so the annual electrical energy saving, ya, is equal to 10 hours day multiply 350 days multiply cooling power, ya, this one, ya, 1000 RT multiply efficiency chill water before tolak efficiency chiller after improvement, ya, this one. Ini ambil daripada sini, ya, new chiller. Sebab ini udah cerita kita saving, ya. Jadi yang lama tolak yang baru, ya. Nah, so we obtain 52,500 kilowatt per year. Nah, kalau per kilowatt hours dia, ya, RM-nya adalah 0.43 per kilowatt hours. Nah, so the annual electrical cost saving, ya, is equal to the annual electrical energy saving multiply 0.43 RM per kilowatt. Ya, so 52,500 kilowatt hour per year multiply 0.43 RM per kilowatt hours. We obtain the electrical cost saving per year is 22,575 RM per year. Nah, inilah dia. Ya, inilah dia untuk electrical energy saving and electrical cost saving. Ya. Oke, ada apa-apa soalan?